Let's talk grow racks. Why you should have one. I've got several questions and comments on the grow rack. It's been in several of the videos. I want to know what it's made out of and a little more detail about it. So I figured today we'd go over what it is and what you'll need. Now, first of all, grow rack is a backyard gardener's best friend. If you don't have one, you might want to look into getting one because it is a great way to start seeds indoors. Now, this one is 4 foot long and it's 5 foot tall. And it's just built out of 2x4s. You just frame it 2x4s, and it has four shelves. And it is covered with 6 mil greenhouse plastic all the way around. Each level has an LED light, and you just put something down as a base, some kind of flooring, or I used expanded metal because that's what I had, and heating mat. Any of your seeds that are warm weather crops like this, this is Italian leaf basil. It needs a little warmer. The heating mats will get the soil up to germination temperature. Now this over here is lettuce. It really didn't need a heating mat, but you'll need heating mats and your seed starting trays with your dome. You will need fans on each level. Once the seeds are germinated and the dome is off the top, they will need air circulation. If you don't do that, you will get dampening off, and then that will kill all your seedlings. Now, keep in mind, the whole purpose that we do on this channel is try to help you start your own seeds, grow your own food, and save a bunch of money. So using this grow rack would be really good for anybody who is small gardens or, or really don't have the greenhouse. All of us want a greenhouse, and I wish every one of you had one that wants one. And I do realize that a lot of you don't have room to put a greenhouse or put a grow rack. Now, this grow rack is sitting inside our garage. And the garage is insulated, but not heated. So when on the front part here, this is just plastic that rolls down. And it keeps, between the lights and being in here, it could get, if it's really, really cold outside, it could get in, the mid 40s in here. But inside this grow rack stays about 65 to 70 degrees with these lights. And on really cold nights, there's 2 more levels with lights on. I will cut those lights on, and it helps generate heat for it. So you don't have to build a grow rack this size. You can build one much smaller. So look at the space that you have available and say, that would be a good spot for a grow rack. Build that grow rack according to that size. If you can just build it to fit 2 of these, then build it that way. If you decide to use these smaller seed starting trays, build it to fit this. Whatever you're going to start your seeds in, build your rack according to that in the space you have available. And this is salad bowl lettuce and Napa cabbage. Now see, these was not put on bottom heat because they will germinate at a much cooler temperature. But like I say, inside this grow rack stays about 60 to 65 degrees at all times. Now, if it gets warm, starts warming up, and it gets warm underneath the inside the grow rack, well, just lift the top up and it will cool down. And these fans are circulating the air. Once the domes come off, these fans circulate the air to keep it from dampening off. And that's really all it is to it. Now, you will have a power source. You'll have to make sure wherever you get it that you have an outlet or you can get power to it, because you'll have to power up your heat mats, your lights, and your fans, and that's all the power that you'll have to have. Now, one thing on the lights that you look for, these lights, they're just shop lights, so they were designed that they came with a plug cord, and you can run, I believe it's 6 of these is what the instructions said. Now, when you buy one, read the instructions to be sure. But on the end here, there is a outlet. So you can plug another light to it. So you could come down and power this light up and just keep daisy chaining them together till you got all your lights up. And another thing that I like about these lights, if you decide, you can put your fan to this light, and then you can hook power to your next light and hook your fan to it. So it gives you multiple ways to power up your stuff. And so, like I say, just build it to the space that you have available, and that's pretty much all it is to it. And just do it. I enjoy doing this stuff, so, and I think you would too if you could figure out a way. There's always a way to do something. I guess if you want to do it, you'll figure it out. So guys, that's it. That's the grow rack, and this is where I spend most of my time between here and the greenhouse. Now I do other things. I deer hunt and I crappie fish, and I do a lot of other things. I don't just do this. But one thing that I've always told y'all ever since we started this channel, if you grow it, you know it. And I like to know where my food comes from. So that's why I start my seeds. Not to mention the plants you go and buy is absolutely ridiculous. I seen a pot this size this past spring that had one tomato in it, and it was about this tall. It was $9.95, and that was just crazy to me. So how can you grow a bunch of tomatoes? So I'll have 100 tomatoes in my garden for the end of the season. Well, I mean, that's over $1,000, guys. You can't afford that. So figure out how to start them yourself. So, hey, if you got any questions on the grow rack or anything else, or you want to see some more footage of what it looks like, just drop me a comment in the bottom, and we'll talk about it, and I'll see make sure you can get what you need, or if I can answer any questions, just let me know. Well, guys, I hope y'all enjoyed this, and if you don't care, hit that subscribe button and help us grow the channel.